goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Bertiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Oh, into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Derek Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome everybody into some Monday night racing action here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series, taking on the beautiful neon lights here at Las Vegas. 125 laps is what's going to separate the victors from the losers here this evening, and it's all going to come down to some good old strategery and some gambling. So let's go ahead and get this party all started on off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge big thank you to the proud supporters of the NTRL, such as Davidson Builders up there in that northern New Jersey area. Be sure to go and give them a shout out if you're looking to maybe do a whole home remodel, maybe add a little extension, or just change out the kitchen sink. Let the professionals over at Davidson Builders do it there for you and do it done right. So big thank you to Davidson Builders. Big thank you as well to DEP Graphics with some phenomenal paint schemes coming out of that garage every single day. And so it's quit using the boring old iRacing ones that you can kind of build in the sim. Get yourself a customized paint scheme and look flashy here today from DEP Graphics. Big thank you as well from Sim Gear Central. Some amazing button boxes that has all the flip dials, turn knobs you could possibly think of, whether it's for truck sim, farm sim, iRacing sim, flight sim, or even the sim sims. Be sure to head on over to Sim Gear Central to pick up your button box here today. Big thank you as well to Track Bar Media, some amazing photo and video edits of real life and sim life racing, as well as some casual wear merchandise there as well to help support your favorite driver or favorite league or anything like that. So head on over to Trek Bar Media to see what all the fuss is about. And of course, big thank you to Masrtin Sports, customized team apparel as well as some, racing gloves and all that kind of stuff. Head on over to Masrtin Sports to pick up your next round of athletic wear here today. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I'm a little under the weather here tonight, but that's a-okay, as I'm joined by the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, joining me here in the booth, of course 6 feet apart and all that kind of stuff, but nonetheless, Mr. English, we're here at Las Vegas once again, one of our favorite tracks, and we're under the night sky here as well.
Yeah, man, this is a cool mile and a half, especially at night. It's Vegas, man. You got to run it at night. I mean, the day races here get real hot. Track temperature gets really crazy, but we're not going to have any of that tonight. It's going to be good and grippy out there. We're having a good-sized field out there here so far tonight. 29, 30, 31 drivers. 31 drivers out here so far on the grid. May pick up a couple more here before qualifying's over with. Yeah, great paints on these cars out here. Show up well under the lights, and can't wait to see what these guys do out here for this 125-mile feature.
Indeed, and down there already for all the beating and banging action, our anger management specialist himself, Mr. Adam Turner, all locked in and loaded. Adam, welcome back to Las Vegas. I know you got to keep your head low. Some bookies are chasing after you, but nonetheless, we're here getting ready for some great racing action.
Yeah, I told you where I hang out down here. It's in the seedy section. Nobody's going to find me over here. I got people have my back down here, especially that little midget guy at the front of that one little place where he stands out front. He dresses like a leprechaun. He calls everybody in. That's kind of my joint right there. But I won't tell you the name so you can't find me. Anyway, Las Vegas. It is going to be fun tonight. I think these guys are ready to fight. We're getting late in the season. People should be mad. I don't know. I want to see some anger. Really cool track. I like it at night. Weather's perfect for racing. Let's have some fun tonight. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the rules. 1 fast repair. 65% fuel. 3 sets of tires. 18 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 25 incident points, you'll be disqualified. Last I checked, it's nice and cool. 67 on the track. Perfect, man. Perfect for racing.
Yes, sirree, indeed it is. As we take a look here at tonight's race info, beautiful night, shiny sky here with a little bit of some clouds in there as well, but the wind keeping all the weather at bay, so no rain in the forecast whatsoever here in the desert for this evening's race. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, we saw it just the other day, where some fuel strategy got a whole bunch of people in a bunch of trouble. So tonight, you don't want to be gambling on that fuel.
Yeah, we've seen guys win on fuel strategy, so it's hard not to come down that last time when you're going to be close, and then you end up leading a line or something out there and not getting any brakes, and you're in the throttle, way more than the guy behind you, and you end up running out of gas. So hopefully everybody is on a sound strategy out there, and don't gamble on not practicing this pit entry. This pit entry is not easy to get onto. It's a pretty sharp turn down there onto the pit lane. So and these guys are going to have to get that speed back down pretty quick to 50 miles an hour. So hopefully these guys practice a little bit of pitting, because I have a feeling we may see some green flag pit stops out here tonight, if not, mostly green flag laps.
I don't know. This track is, I guess it's a cookie cutter, but a little bit different than the cookie cutters from when they built all of them. I don't think they've changed this one as much as they've changed Texas and stuff. So it's fun, especially the fact it's in Vegas. I know the fans love this track. And Kyle Busch, they're from Vegas. They love this. My favorite driver, the guy, he's just a great person,
Yeah.
One of the greatest. So, I don't know. We'll kind of see how it plays itself out. But I think anytime we dip under like 70% fuel. When we start getting into like using 65% fuel, it starts to become a little fuel strategy at the end. You know what I mean? It just adds to the layers of fun here, Num Thumbs.
3 total sets of tires. That's not a lot of tires either there, Alan.
I know. Ooh.
They're really going to have to conserve tires as well as not gamble on fuel.
And it'll be interesting to see how these Xfinity cars can make their way around the track. I know there's some drivers out there already planning for this and trying to maybe pre-plan all their stuff, and we'll have to see how that all plays on out as we got about 15 seconds left here in the qualifying as everybody gets all ready to get up and going. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. As always, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well so we can continue to grow our fantastic racing community. As here we go, these drivers now done with their qualifying efforts, slowly making their way on down to tonight's starting grid. So let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to end up starting here tonight. And on pole position will be the 8 machine of Mr. Mad Max himself, Dylan Bryant in the 8 machine, getting that pole position. The 38 of Frank Peacock having a fantastic qualifying time there as well, getting started to his outside in second. Third's going to be the 98 of Mr. Connor Leach, our friendly Canadian up there up in the north, starting tonight in third. 22 Justin Hurst starting to his outside here in fourth. You got the 1 of DW, the one-legged wonder, and the captain over here of the NTRL, Mr. Derek Welsh, starting in fifth. To his outside, it's got the 99 of Mr. Dylan Walterman. If I haven't heard of the NASCAR name, well, that would be definitely one of them, but he's getting a good starting spot there in sixth. Seventh will be the triple O of the double O, where the single O of Joe Bennett gets started here tonight in that seventh spot. He's going to have the 05 of PJ Cox starting to his outside in eighth. Ninth will be the 19 of Mr. Brandon Coleman, having a good starting spot up inside that top 10, with the 20 of Mr. Justin Lawson rounding out your field starting top 10.
4 machine Anthony Williams starts in 11th. 12th will be Albert Anderson, America's driver in the 099. Skylar Harrod in the 3. Today marks his 11th year in the Air Force. Thank you so much for your service there, buddy. You're halfway there. You might as well go to retirement now. That's kind of how I looked at it. Starting in 13th place. 14th will be Chris Goins in the 41. The 33 machine of Sean Roberts will start in 15th place. 16th will be Zeth Hawley in the 48. Paul Durkee in the 13. Starting in 17th place. Outside row number 9 will be Scott Milner in the 31 car. And rounding out your top 20 and making up row number 10, the 92 of Stubbs, Tim Stubblefield, and the 32 of Nick Biddy.
6, Joe David, 21st. 14, Benjamin McKinnon, 22nd. 27, Michael Eden, he'll start 23rd. 57, Russ Endicott, he'll start 24th. 25th, the 10 of Paul Ferdiani, number 7 of Tristan Cotton. 26th, 79, just Jared Woodard. 27th, 28th, Mark Collins. Chris Klein behind him in 29th. Jared Thompson in the 12th. 30th, in the double nickel, Tom Barish is 31st to start this time.
And that indeed, as the pace car makes its way on down that sharp turn into pit lane, we line all up side by side here, entering that Geico restart zone for the first time here this evening. Green flag racing from Las Vegas for this NTRL Xfinity Series League race here this evening. Side by side, they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. A pretty solid restart there for the 8 machine of Dylan Bryant, but here comes that 98 of Connor Leach down the inside. Up against the wall goes the 8, almost getting that Las Vegas stripe here early down the Nellis. Back straightaway here, continuing their fight side by side down into 3 and 4 now, battling for the lead as the 8 machine's back end steps out loose on him. He's able to get it all collected back out on the apron, but he's going to lose a few positions due to that one, and it's going to be tight down there as he tries to figure out a way to rejoin the rest of the traffic.
Dylan Bryant going to lose most of the field in positions here. That was an interesting start there. I saw the number 4. Looks like he got a good jump and had to let out of it to keep from hitting the car in front of them and stack that inside line up just a little bit, but they were able to figure it out.
Yeah, they got it figured out, but that's kind of what happens at the start of the race. You get a little antsy, ready to go, and just shake the rust off a little bit for the week. I think we're going to calm down and see some good racing here.
And the 19 Brandon Coleman's getting all up inside of a good battle here for this top 10. Looking down low, he's got the 05 and the 099 right there in front of him. Here comes the 33 Sean Roberts as well, making some moves, trying to click and choose his way all the way up back here, trying to get to the front. But otherwise, for the most part, a good chunk of single file action going on here, fellas.
Some guys up in front that were really fast there. Connor Leach, he's already notched a couple of wins here. Frank Peacock in the 38 machine had one of the fastest times, or the fastest time in practice, I believe. So, you know, he knows how to run. And Derek Welch, of course, you know, even though he's not as fully capable as he used to be in the leg department, still loves these technical tracks, and he knows how to run them. He is not a big fan of, you know, just hold it wide open and run around the track type of races. He loves these technical tracks, and I think Derek's going to do very well tonight in the one machine.
Yeah, you had the 55 and the 51 having a good battle back here. Also got the 27 of Michael Eden trying to make his way on up and through as well, trying to get inside of that top 20 here. 13 of Paul Durkee, the old man, doing some fighting there himself. He's got Paul Ferdiani, a good friend of his. The two Pauls trying to work together and make their way on up here to the front. Meanwhile, the 099 Albert Anderson continuing his fight with the 3 Skylar Harrod as they go 2x2 down the Nellis straightaway here. And you know, again, everybody looking pretty cautiously tame out there right now. Again, 125 laps, long way to go here yet this evening.
YouTube chat already starting to light up just a little bit. Tristan Cotton posted in there. He said, "I'm Tristan Cotton? Question mark. Driver of the number 7 GDS Camaro? Question mark." I guess he'll read anything you, or he thinks I'll read anything you
yes,
say.
And you just did.
And I just did. And Jessica Stubblefield says, "Hey, go Oilers! Did you see that the Oilers played this weekend there, Adam? I didn't know if you noticed that. I saw
They hadn't played since 95 when they were murdered, I think.
They had the Oilers uniforms, and they even painted the field with Oilers in the
I didn't
infield.
see that blasphemy. No, I didn't see that. That was not a thing. That didn't happen. It's kind of like the lizard people are pulling that type of stuff over your eyes, man. That didn't happen.
It was a tribute. It was a nice
no
thing
tribute
to
some team in Tennessee. Has nothing to do with Houston.
That S4 guy out there saying 41 Pablo machine for the W tonight. Oh, calling it out, saying Chris Gone's going to take this thing. We'll see.
There's shots fired all over the place. No, I didn't watch that. I never seen. They can't use the Oilers logo. That got murdered.
Good.
They murdered it. Bud Adams and company.
Jessica knows how to strike a nerve, huh?
Just greed is all it was, you know. 1995, just a bunch of greed. Couldn't wait. They built the damn stadium anyway.
Whoa.
A few years later.
I'm seeing the driver cams up there.
Yeah, that is
Brown.
cool.
Yeah, he had the 48 of Seth Hawley there as he was having a pretty good battle with that 41 Papa machine. You also had the 8 of Dylan Bryant trying to sneak up underneath him there as well. Meanwhile, the 4 Anthony Williams continuing to fight for some top 10 spots here with the 20 of Justin Lawson. 05 PJ Cox sitting right there behind them as well. Meanwhile, the 099 Albert Anderson, talk about a driver on the move, up 9 positions here alongside the 3 of Skylar Harrod, also up 9 positions here, moving up closer and closer to some podium spots. You also got that 51 of Chris Klein continuing his good run up the field, up 10 spots right now, up into 19th. So a lot of big movers and shakers thus far, and we just got this party started.
Seth Hawley running in VR, and you know, one of the things about VR though you got to be careful about is if you're racing in VR and you got it, you know, cranked up, you're fully immersed, someone could break into your house, steal everything you own, and you'll never know. Take your headset
that
off.
what you think
everybody's
about?
gone. Yeah,
That's what you
I
think
do.
about when you're.
Ever since I was racing one time, my wife come up and tapped me on the shoulder and asked me something, and it freaked me out so bad because,
Yeah.
I'm in a race car.
Of course, virtually.
Yeah. You weren't expecting that. You're
Ooh,
focused-
3 wide with the 85 and Coleman and the number
Right.
4. Ooh, that got crazy. Is that Cox just shooting it right through the
Yep.
middle?
TJ
Or it's
Cox
the
in
05,
05.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't read. Reading
No,
is
you're
hard.
good.
Couldn't read his number.
Here comes that 41 that was just talked about, doing the same thing, splitting the 8 and the 19. And Goins marching, trying to march his way up to the front here. He might be in tire saving mode here. Whoa, we got the car around.
48 is around.
Yellow's
Holland.
out.
Ooh, that does bring out the yellow. Looks like the 92 at Stubblefield almost got involved in that one as well.
That's a 3 wide situation right there. Holly was in the middle. Looked like he came up a little bit on Coleman. You have to be the judge of that, Brown, or we'll have to take another look.
Well, the chopper camera never lies as we jump on up here and kind of see what happened. Yeah, little 3 wide, drifting up the track right across the 19's front bumper gets spun about. The 19, great save down into the grass as the 48 did some pirouettes and eventually found himself facing back in the correct direction. So other than the yellow flag coming out and a little bit of bumps and bruises out there, everybody doing a-okay.
The 19 came over the radio telling the 48 he wasn't clear, but both cars moving towards each other, maybe.
Maybe they'll go to the haulers and
Well,
just have it out, you know?
That's one of those things. It's freaking hard to tell because even from the chopper view, it's hard to tell what guy's turning point is where and that kind of thing. So
Well, and right there in that corner, right before that quad oval, tri-oval thing,
yeah,
your car is going to tend to drift anyway. You just slightly, that's a tough turn, especially when you're 3 wide. So it's hard to blame anybody. It's kind of a racing deal.
everybody but the 33 of Sean Roberts is coming down, taking advantage of this yellow to make some pit adjustments.
Yeah, I got a feeling probably just chalking it back full of fuel and then getting right back out there on the track. 15 laps in, 16 laps in. Maybe not quite time yet for some rubber on these drivers yet.
Wise plan, I believe.
I was thinking, why would the Oilers leave Houston to go to Nashville? I don't think there's any real industry. There's nothing there. I mean, there's
Nashville
like
is a humongous town.
No, Tim McGraw's there, and that's all they really have. They don't have any like oil
Tourism.
business or anything. And that's not a thing. I mean, yeah, you can
It's
have a
the
little bit.
tourist.
They got a bunch of museums, That's in
called
Houston. No, there's all kinds of money.
They crank out pretty
Oil.
much all the music that you hear on the
That's
radio.
that's not enough to do anything.
Yeah, it is.
They're
Employees-
just. I think of them as owning. There's just a bunch of Bojangles, and maybe like Waffle House on every corner type of thing with a
I
little bit of Randy Travis mixed in. You know,
I spent a few days there this year, and I
Yeah.
thought I was in New York City. I mean,
oh come on.
it is crazy down.
Yeah, they just got a bunch of bars. Anybody can do that. I can go to
Well, yeah.
Austin, go to a bunch of bars if I want to. You know,
Yeah.
but Austin doesn't have anything to offer. They got bars. I mean, I still don't understand. The fourth largest.
They got some breweries downtown.
Well, I mean,
too.
that's cool. I like that. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how the fourth largest city got a team stolen away from them by some, I don't know, what is it, the 50th largest city in the nation, Nashville or something?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
Anyway,
good.
sorry, Brown. I just was
Fun
trying to argue
time.
with people. I like to argue.
Martin's Barbecue Joint in Nashville. Some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. Martin's Barbecue Joint.
Martin's.
Martin's
Did they use that
Barbecue
white
Joint.
sauce or did they use the regular?
No, they use St. Louis style.
Oh, I don't like that. I like that Carolina
They
sauce.
do dry rub too.
Oh,
You know
I like
what?
the dry
I think
rub,
they
too.
do have that too. I think it depends on what you order.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember now. You have to Google it. Martin's Barbecue Joint, Nashville.
Well, anyway, Jessica knows I'm kidding. I do love Nashville. They have plenty to offer. She's trying to make me angry, so I have to hit back somehow.
They don't have as many Waffle Houses as Atlanta.
Man, I did. Hey, well, Atlanta's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, there's too many people there for me. You got that right. The traffic was absolutely horrid.
Yeah.
But even like one of our cab drivers, she was like, "Yeah, I'm here to get into the music business." You know, like, oh, so is everybody else. Just driving an Uber.
I may head that way. I feel like I'm a poet too. All right, Brown, let's go.
There we go again. Everybody all lined on up. It's going to be the 33 and the 48 getting this party restarted. The 33 with a fantastic jump on that go there. It's going to allow the 98 to try to shuffle on through himself. And here comes the 099 of Albert Anderson as well, trying to pick up a whole bunch of speed and get up underneath that 48 of Seth Hollis. They almost trade a little bit of door paint there, going up alongside the back stretch. Meanwhile, the 98 getting that bumper down low inside of the 33 of Sean Roberts, trying to steal that lead back away as we fight 2 by 2 here up for some podium spots here at the front. We also got some good fighting going on behind him. You got the 41, Chris Goins, locked into battle with the 32 and Nick Biddy, 20 of Lawson there as well.
A car blinking back here. Hard to see who it is. Looking out in and out right in front of the fork machine. Looks like the 10, Paul Ferdiani, having some connection issues, but hopefully he'll get that figured out. Throw a shoe at the modem or something, you know, get that.
Well, he's probably gambling. He's probably got like 5 things going on in his house. He's probably 5 or 10 hands of cards going. Yeah.
He's multitasking.
Look at this number 8 Pepsi machine of Dylan Bryant. He's got a new one.
Well, he
Got
had the
Superman on
Superman
there.
paint the other day.
Oh, I didn't remember seeing that. It's the
yeah.
first time I.
Oh, it might have been one of the races you missed.
Why?
I don't know.
Why does he like Pepsi so much? I didn't understand.
I know,
that.
because
Okay.
Coca-Cola is
luck
the
for him, I think.
better product.
Well, I mean,
It's good luck
I
for him.
mean, I don't want to really down either one because I try to hope I can get a sponsor from one of them someday. Who's the least woke? That's who I'm down with.
Big Red.
Oh, I love me some Big Red.
Tastes like bubble gum in a bottle.
It really does. With some strawberry mixed in, you know.
Well, no, if you wanna figure out what the least woke one is, who makes the Moxie?
I don't know. I've seen that. I've never had it.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a
Manufacturer is the Coca-Cola Company.
I never heard of that. They don't have that down here.
They don't have box. Oh well, it's the state of Maine's state soda.
Oh, yeah. I seen it. I never had it. I'll be damned.
If
You
you
know that.
just know if you drink it and you feel like, you know what, I'm not really feeling it. It's not cold anymore. Starting to get a little warm, and you got a little left in the can. Rather than pour it out on the ground, you can actually use it for roofing tar.
Mm,
Oh, that's pretty
sounds
cool.
delicious.
I
Yeah,
think the
sounds
state
good for you.
soda in Louisiana is a hurricane you got from the daiquiri store that you dumped in a Coca-Cola cup.
That's probably
7-Eleven.
true. Probably true.
Oh, is that one of those drive-through daiquiri places?
Yeah, but if you want to put the straw, take the tape off and put the straw in it, you better put it in a Coca-Cola cup or a Sonic cup or something. So yeah, a suspicious number of people walking around at events where people are drinking and they're carrying a Sonic cup.
Well, that's just a sure sign you're a good time.
Sure.
You know, put a little something extra in there.
Yeah. Like, she ain't drinking a Whataburger chocolate shake. Smells like there's Kahlua in there.
It's a cherry limeade with vodka. All right, now the tire wear I think is becoming a thing, Brown. Just a little bit of passing on there on the track. Right here in front of Chris Klein is a good little battle. Number 3, number 32, Biddy. There's a little battle right there.
And that there is occasionally looking like it might peek into the 3 wide situation here again, but everyone just keeping together here, remaining 2 by 2 between 3. You got the fake 18, the 41 riding around the outside lane there as well, trying to pick up whatever spots that they can. But it's really starting to seem like that top line maybe starting to push out just a little bit. Been seeing a few more little puffs of smoke against that outside wall coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some guys kind of slipping up into the wall a little more as we wear these tires down.
So these guys pitted at what lap? 15, 16, something like that?
And I don't know. And they wouldn't have got tires. They would not have got tires. There's no way because we only have 3 total
I'm just trying to look at a fuel window and say,
fuel.
Do you think their next fuel stop will line up with a point where it would be good for them to get tires? And I think we're getting close to that. If you split this race into thirds, you're looking at 40, maybe lap 42, something like that.
Yep.
If these guys can get their own gas.
That's the question, right? I don't know if they can on the fuel side. That's what's gonna make this race interesting, because they might not be able to align the fuel with the tires.
So do you go ahead and throw on a set now, or do you just suffer a little while longer?
You got to get to 42. Okay. I think you got to get to at least lap 40 before you're gonna put another set on. Like you said, you want to split into the thirds.
You want to be consistent.
They're on the first set of 3, and you're still you're at lap 30. You got a long way to go, almost 100 laps still. So, look at us talking strategery. Brown, you got us into it with all that strategery talk.
Strategery.
Yeah, it's just strategery.
Speaking of strategery, never take insurance on the blackjack table.
Why?
Because
statistically, it hurts you.
Yep.
No. It's just a money grab for the dealer.
I just love going in there and watching other people spend their money, and then I drink free beer because you can do that in Louisiana.
Well, yeah, but only if you're playing. If you're just one of those guys that puts a quarter in.
We'll go watch the music at Louisiana Downs. They have a little music area, and they have a little area where you can sit and the waitress brings you free drinks. You just give them a tip, you know.
I'm gonna head down there with you pretty soon, then. When the weather gets good. Which is gonna be good this weekend, I think. A little chilly right now.
Sure. Chilly.
Look at Albert Anderson in the 99 Mountain Dew machine. America's driver, just
spot.
Quietly just having a good race.
Jessica Stubblefield says, "Is that a word?"
Strategery?
She's talking about strategery.
Yeah, George W. Bush.
Yeah, he coined that.
He coined that. I mean, that guy was a genius, you know. There was WMD all over the place, and he was going to take care of that with his strategery.
Yeah.
Yes. But he made a lot of money off of it, and so did a lot
I never
of other people.
invented a word. You know?
I mean, yeah, you must be smart if you can invent a word. Let's try to tonight. Maybe we can, join the club.
Seen a couple of cars, Alan, scraping the wall just a little bit. Nick Biddy got a little taste of it back there. Cars kind of pushing up the wall. Maybe guys are trying to run an outside line to maybe reduce some tire wear.
Yeah, man, it's so tough, especially being 34 laps into this set now. I mean, you're kind of left with whatever you got. Anything that you do to maybe try to save those tires is pretty much null and mute at this point. But these guys still driving around here pretty good. Almost getting up to that 2 seconds a lap slower mark. So maybe we're gonna start seeing people hit up the tire machine here, coming up in the next 10 or so laps.
Right around the corner here for these guys. Through the field here, Dylan Walterman, 'Contact or something. He's started up in 6th place. He's currently at the back.
Look at Sean Roberts, so up 14 ahead of Connor Leach. Connor Leach was having a really runaway race.
That shakeup that happened right about the same time that Dylan Bryant had that issue and went down the track and lost a bunch of positions. Sean Roberts took advantage of that. Momentum got up there and came to the front. But look who's on the rebound here. Dylan Mad Max Bryant back up to 5th. Went his way back up through the field. He was about 15th or 16th when he had that little bobble early in the race. Right there with Derek Welch in the one machine.
Oh, Yahtzee?
Well, it sounds like your leader is about to pit. He just called out on the radio.
Yeah, he did. He was probably the only one that did not come down during that caution. So his fuel's going to be running out a little bit quicker than most everybody else here as he makes his way on down onto pit road. Very difficult pit road entrance there. Is Paul Ferdiani taking a trip through the infield grass. Starts to get it collected and then bounce back out onto the racetrack. Goodness gracious.
Still green flag racing here. May have helped.
Yeah, let's see what happened.
33.
What happened with the 10 machine as he caused him to... looks like he slid up the track and almost tagged somebody there and did his best to keep it off. And the problem is it sent him all the way down into the infield grass, but still running the gambler. Paul Ferdiani having a pretty good save there.
Stubblefield reminding us that she's young enough that Clinton was the president when she was born. I think it was it for you? It was Clinton for you too, huh?
I don't know. When was he president?
When you...
I was born 93.
Oh, so that was yeah, that was Clinton. Carter was president when I was born, and then it was when Adam was born. It was one of the guys with the beard that was really big. It was like Taft or somebody. One of the guys that with the glasses and had the long beard. Taft or Harrison or one of those.
Well,
I was the last year of the Carter administration. Daniel Pochschlag says that Reagan, a great communicator, president when he was born. Okay, Jessica says she was born in 94, so yeah, I'm sure it's the same. The election was in 92. Yeah, Daniel, I was the same way. We hadn't had the election yet. May of 80.
Yeah.
Election wasn't until November. It's been a winter baby. A lot of single file out here, Alan. These guys, I think after this green flag stop, it's just going to space everybody back out.
I think you're right here. Really, like you said, it is just spaced on out. I mean, we got a good three-way fight, 22-48, and the 8 battling for some podium positions here. And then you got the triple O of Joe Bennett battling with the 13 of Paul Durkee out here as well, trying to get his stuff back up and running. You got the 55, Tom Barish, 14, Benjamin McKinnon going side by side here with the 23 of the Mac Daddy, Mr. Mark Collins out there as well. Ooh, Mark snagging the outside wall a little bit there.
Hurting for certain on this first set of tires here. Hoping we get to see some guys trickling down here soon. That, if anything, is an indicator. It's Sean Roberts coming down here just a couple of laps ago.
Yeah, so I'm from when Roberts came in, which was on lap 37, these drivers probably had about 15 more laps of fuel left on them here. So 37, 47, 52. So right around lap 52.
That's plenty of time to, baby these tires some more. 3 sets of tires might be a good number for this track here.
Yeah, it just might be. And I mean, we're also seeing it here in the lap times too, running about 2 seconds a lap slower than they would on the fresh stuff here. So looking forward to seeing what comes on out of it here as the 41 Chris Goins attacks Albert Anderson along the outside lane here.
That 2-second margin there, you talk about the difference between new tires and tires that you need to think about replacing. That's a good indicator on a 1.5 mile track. That 2-second margin. Whoa, getting a little tight there with DW as well.
Yeah, it looks like DW is fighting a very tough, tight condition in that car right now as well. You got Chris Klein trying to figure something on out here as the 099 and the one machine go side by side right in front of them here.
Look at the difference in tire performances. The 33 is just itching to get around these guys. He had so much momentum coming up on him. He's going to the outside here on DW.
Yeah, he's going to try to make it 3 wide, and it didn't last long. Just slips right on by as a little right side romance there between the 099 and the one machine.
Good on Anderson to holding on to that thing. He almost had it come around on him, but put a little right turn into it and straightened her back out.
Yeah, we're about just 10 laps away from the halfway point here.
Sean Roberts ain't far from unlapping himself. If he can get there before we get a yellow or something, he doesn't even need a lucky dog. And to unlap himself. He's got Paul Ferdiani on the same lap as him, but looks like Paul's got a lot of catching up to do. He's not going to be able to get up there with Sean just quite yet. .099 went down on the apron. I'm not sure what happened there. That sideways trip he took earlier with a DW may have exacerbated his tire wear situation.
This fight in action continues to roll along here from Las Vegas in this NTRL Xfinity Series race. Again,
Radio's busy. Here they come.
48 is Etali, 05 PJ Cox. You got Paul Durkee, Justin Lawson as well making their way on down onto pit road. Here's the 90 Connor Leach, who's opened up a pretty decent margin here, about 1.5 seconds over Dylan Bryant and Justin Hurst. As the field gets ready to make their green flag pit stops here, throw some new rubber on and fill that thing up with Sunoco racing fuel and get back out there on the racetrack.
Yahtzee.
Man, they're talking about who was president when you were born, huh?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think for you it was Taft, right? That's what English was saying.
No, Taft. No, it was Tricky Dick, man. Richard Nixon. The guy who, his crimes look really weak in comparison to what was going on right about now.
Yeah, that's also true.
It was nothing really. He didn't do much compared to what's happening right now. All right, but that's enough of that. More people pitting. 23's pitting. It's an interesting grouping of pits. We haven't seen any problems with the blending yet, bro.
No, not yet. I mean, they just started up underway as Connor Leach, Hurst, Goins, Joe Bennett, Mark Collins, Russ Endicott all make their way on down and in, which is going to, for the time being, gift the lead back to the 8 of Dylan Bryant here until he makes his green flag pit stop, which is coming up right about now. And give me a second while I blow my nose.
Oh, yeah, please. Please do. Free yourself of that. Yeah, Derek Welch, Chris Klein are down. Dylan Bryant, Chris Klein, Frank Peacock. That's a good group right there.
It's like you said, Welch, Peacock, and Klein making their way on in. Dylan Walterman going to inherit the lead here for a little while in that 99, but you can see the people coming out of the pits as some blending starts to happen, and they're going to be having some mighty quick tires out there. It looks like the 99, he's just wanting to be like, guys, just go around on the outside. I want to come down and pit. You don't need to fight me too hard here. He's able to get on and down and in fairly easily, so that's going to gift the lead right on back to that 33 of Mr. Sean Roberts, picking up that race lead here once again, and he's a good little bit ahead of Connor Leach out there. I know that time is starting to slowly tick back down, but it's about 11 seconds worth of a lead here for that 33.
Yeah, Derek Welch just got sideways on new tires, I think. Going out of 4. I think he saved it but he lost some spots. That's going to be a thing, too. You got to warm those tires up there, Derek. I know. Might not have much feeling in that leg. You got to kind of baby it a little bit here. Looks like he's got his momentum back anyway. I don't know. I've never been to the racetrack in Vegas, but I wonder if they have like a little gambling hall underneath the stands or something. That seems like it'd be a good idea.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know exactly how far out of town the racetrack is, but speaking of, we can probably,
Google it.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Like, you know how you go to the airport and they got the little section where you can get in there and smoke with the old timers, and
we called it the aquarium.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it looks like an aquarium. That's true. I love that.
You sit and watch the smokers and tap on the glass and.
Well, no, I'd get in there with the old people and I'd bum cigarettes from them, and then get a cold beer and try my luck in the airport. Why not?
Well, it's actually not that far out of town. Maybe a couple miles. It's right next to Nellis Air Force Base, pretty much.
Okay.
I guess that's why they call it the Nellis backstretch. Is that where those Area 51 planes leave every day that are white and have no markings on them?
No, that's out of
is it out of
McCarran.
Yeah, the Janets.
Yeah, the Janet planes.
They leave out of McCarran.
Durkee just got passed.
Well, we just got flagged, I'm sure.
Why?
Again.
But that's a real thing. I mean, why? Why do we have to lie about everything,
They don't want you
government?
to know. They don't want you to know.
Well, if they don't want us to know, they need to be flying that stuff in the middle of the night, not middle of the day where everybody can see the dang plane.
Yeah.
People don't work at night. I mean,
Some of us are curious, right? Like we're over there, having our 8th Bloody Mary, and we arrive on a Southwest Airlines flight. We see a plane over there with no markings. We're gonna ask some questions, right? Hey, why does that plane look like our plane, but it's not painted? There's no numbers on it. That's strange. Ooh, Dylan Bryant almost got into the number. Who was that? Nick Biddy?
Yeah, I think
He
so.
apologized on the radio.
The Little Caesars car had a problem. It all worked itself out. McKinnon, I think, was having issues.
And Nick Beatty does have his driver cam on up. Same does Skylar Harrod out here, trying to get that Skunk Works Toyota out there. Also joined by your current race leader, Mr. Sean Roberts out there. Oh, as he does a pretty good save there, getting a little loosey-goosey up on that outside lane. Almost snags that outside wall, but gets it all back together here once again. And then one of Canada's own Mr. Connor Leach out here running around with the driver cam as well, trying to chase down that 33 of Sean Roberts. It was 11 seconds during the interminglings and the merging and all that stuff, but it's now back down to about 4 1/4, about 4 even here for that 98 machine. So it's some good driving still being had by some of these drivers out here as we're just past the halfway point here in this race here from Las Vegas. We're going to take a quick step aside here as the one machine of DW tries to get around the 10 of Paul Ferdiani. That he does, and oh, Sean Roberts, he's coming down into the pits again.
Already?
So, of course, as I say, we're stepping away. Some stuff happens here. Let's take an eye and see what goes on here with the 33. Looks like maybe a fuel-only stop or something there, and able to get right back out onto the racetrack. The 4 and the 10 machine go side by side. But let's actually now just send it on away. A brief message from our fantastic race sponsors, and when we return, we have the remaining second half of this race from Las Vegas from the NTRL Xfinity Series. And welcome back from our midway break, as we were talking about spring brakes and drum brakes and all the whatever other brakes you could possibly think of. But talk about some people who aren't putting the brakes on right now. Connor Leach out there in front by about a second and a half over the 8 of Dylan Bryant leading tonight. You got the 05 PJ Cox still locked into a good battle here with the 22 of Justin Hurst and the 41 of Chris Goins, not too far outside of that top 5 here as well. The 099 of Albert Anderson trying to pick up some momentum here on this newish set of rubbers as Timothy Stubblefield making his way on down into pit road.
Still 19 cars on the lead lap here. That's pretty good after a round of green flag pit stops here. Yeah, we were talking during the break about how spoiled people are just replacing brake pads on disc brakes. If y'all ever took apart a set of brakes that replaced the brake shoes on a car or a pickup truck that had drum brakes all the way around, you can have springs flying, that little star wheel thing. If you put it in backwards, it's not going to work, and it's just a general pain in the butt. But it's a rite of passage, I think, for any car guy who likes to work on old cars.
You know, it's past for me. I've done it. I don't want to do it again.
I want to do it again, don't get me wrong. Taking the drums in to get them turned and all that.
Oh, misery.
You have to get one every time.
I just want to turn the thing, take
Here's
the
the
key,
keys.
turn it, and where it turns on, warm it up, and then go.
You get an electric car, you don't even have to warm it up. Turn it. Do you know that?
I don't need
That
electric car.
is incorrect. There is at least in the Teslas, using whatever app or whatever that they force you to use for their car and all that shit. Well,
Dollar in the
dollar in the jar. But if you're planning like a long trip, you actually need to get your car. It's not like, I think it's called preconditioned or whatever it is, where like you gotta get the battery temps up to a certain temp and all that kind of stuff.
Like a block heater, like on a.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, those cars. See, all they're doing. They're trying to get the idiots to buy them, so they can turn them off when they want to. Oh, sorry, fellas, y'all ain't driving today because we're saving energy for our war machine. So stay at home. Kind of like that was a test with the COVID too, by the way. All this control stuff. So no, thank you. I'm gonna have a car or a truck with no computer in it, and I'll just drive around on gasoline.
Well, if you're taking that sentiment, then I would ask that all people driving their cars to work in the morning to obey by the Eisenhower interstate system, which was generated for the military and commerce, not for you to get to work. So get off the road.
That's actually true. That's why we have an interstate system.
And it was made with every so often there's a straight stretch of at least 5 miles so they could land planes on it.
Yeah. In fact, most of y'all probably didn't even know. And you know what? Now all we've turned it into is a battlefield. Like if you're going through Houston, you just have a big old shootout on the interstate. No, that's not what it was meant for. It was meant for moving tanks across the country and planes and cool stuff so we can blow everything up and feed the machine.
Michael Eden ended up jumping into the pit lane here.
Ooh.
Don't know what happened to the 27, but he's rejoining the race surface right now. Is 41 of Chris Goins. Speaking of the 41 car, hashtag softest lips.
Oh.
That's from Jesse Redding.
Yeah. Have to pass on that one. I don't.
Sounds like
sure
you have to know what's going on there.
Inside her baseball stuff there.
41 car has the softest lips.
Speaking of baseball, is the ball game on yet? I hadn't even.
End of the third, Rangers were up 3-0.
Oh, good.
I couldn't tell you what it is now. That was a little bit ago. That's when I stepped away.
Well, going from the softest lips to the softest hands, Mr. Paul Ferdiani, 10 of
Soft hands.
Kind of that Poker Stars room coming on down into the pit. But you ever see that man fold? It's like he's throwing a cloud out there across the table.
No.
Just nice and soft. He doesn't slam nothing around. He respects the dealer in the table.
Have you watched him play?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, is he on the TV doing his gambling?
Big events.
Yeah, I know he's a big timer.
Race leader 98 Connor Leach coming on down into the pits now as well. Probably their final pit stops of this race with about 40 laps left to go. Will they have enough fuel? It's going to be close.
If they don't have enough fuel, they should be set on tires after the stop, so they're not going to have to worry about they're going to have to worry about coming down, jumping in, getting some gas. They're not going to have to worry about stretching tires because they know the tires can make it.
Albert Anderson, America's driver, talking about pitting right now. He's in the top 10 at the 6th position.
That's who I haven't seen out there in the YouTube chat tonight. I haven't seen Albert's crew out there.
He's got such a crew, but they probably can't be with him all the time. He's got racing all the time. But they rewatch the thing.
We're glad to see that S4 guy and Jessica Stubblefield, Daniel Poachlag out there. Appreciate all y'all. Tristan Cotton as well. It's a small crew, but it's a chatty crew, which we really, really love. All y'all watching out there, if y'all haven't already, click that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, just in case we have like a unscheduled race or something. You guys will be notified.
We had one the other day.
We had one the other day. That's right. But right now we have more thumbs up things on here than we do watchers. So I mean, that's a good thing. That rarely happens.
Dedication. Does that mean it was kind of like the real election where people were voting that shouldn't have been, and they might have been dead? Do we got dead voters hitting the button for us?
Dead people doing thumbs up.
If so, maybe if that helps us, I'm down.
Hey,
when it's in my favor,
Hanging chads, we're counting.
No, the hanging chads, that's old news. We got to go to the current fraud that happened recently. Where the dead people were voting and they were just dumping. Everybody from Mexico made a ballot and they mailed it in. One of those things. That's what we need here, just to pump our numbers up because we need more money too. The more followers, the more likes, the more Zuckerberg might allow us to have some money.
I don't think he'll ever do that. That's a publicly traded company now.
Oh no, he's going to try to give us some money if we have to.
I don't know.
Well, he's shadow banned us, so it doesn't matter.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Everybody is starting to come down, Brown.
Yeah, so the final pit stops, assuming here for this race here from Las Vegas. You got Stubblefield out there trying to find his way through some of this madness as the 7 machine of the Trister comes on down and in. Same thing with the 4 of Anthony Williams, 32 Nick Biddy, and the 6 Joe David. Looks like the 22 of Justin Hurst making his way down onto pit road here, as well as the 8 of Dylan Bryant recollects the race lead here.
My wife just walked through spraying something on all the furniture, and that smells like my great grandma's house in here. I don't know what that was.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's not pertinent to the race. I shouldn't.
No, I do love those smells though. Is it like one of those nice ones, like
Overwhelming,
mothballs?
No.
No. Just want a description so I can understand what you're dealing with. My grandma's house used to just
peach,
smell like
strawberry, and mothballs, and
no, mine smelled like mothballs and Marlboros, and maybe a little bit of Jim Beam, just mixed in there with some coffee in the background.
And those cedar cabinets, that
no, there was no cedar cabinet in this place. No, it was whiskey, cigarettes, mothballs, and coffee.
Disappointment,
And despair.
Sadness.
Oh, no, they had a good life. That's just how it smelt, though, you know. This poor people, but happy people. I don't know where to go from there.
I don't know where to go from here. Talk about the
Yeah.
race a little bit.
I know. Well, the race is kind of it's thinned itself out to
We're
where
in a cycle right now.
yeah,
so
the cycle is kind of hard. So we try to make up for it with just kind of fun facts about stuff we've experienced in our lives.
yeah,
You know.
life events and
Yeah.
13, well, now 14, 15, 16 cars on the lead lap. See, that's how fast it changes when these guys are going through the pit cycle. Dylan Walterman in the 99, announcing his pit stop coming up. Oh no! You got one car around sideways in the tri-oval. Didn't see who that was. It was on
It's the one place you can kind of save it on your own.
car. Yeah, it went down and onto the apron and spun back up the track, but I couldn't change the camera fast.
Yeah, and I didn't get a thing to say who it was either. Dylan Walterman came down onto pit road. I can tell you that though. As the 32 Nick Biddy, talk about a little five-way battle going on out here. Got the Nick Biddy, Skylar Herod, Frank Peacock out here, all racing against each other, trying to squeeze up inside of that top 15 right now. Albert Anderson is in the midst of a hot battle as well.
It was the 7 of Cotton that did that on the tri-oval last lap.
He's Tristan Cotton?
Yep, Tristan Cotton,
Question mark.
the GDS Chevrolet. Yeah, it was him that was sideways. I don't know why or what caused it.
Well, it's kind of spread out now. It's very hard to catch some of the stuff
It is.
that may happen on the other side of the track where you're particularly watching. Like, I just have it on a kind of a random view, and I'm with Hurst, Justin Hurst, right now, just riding around.
Sean Roberts coming down again. I wonder if he's getting damage fixed or something. He's coming down a lot. And still, like, just
Fuel?
now he was in
It's
the.
got to
he
be.
was in- I don't know, dude.
I think we're talking about fuel still. I mean,
He was just in the top 10 again.
I think he must
We
be
know he was
anticipating
out
more
of
fuel.
cycle. Yeah.
More fuel needed. If anybody knows, please let us know.
I don't know much.
I know you don't know. I don't know. Brown doesn't know. Brown's allergies.
I don't know nothing.
He's got the fall
He
allergies.
doesn't know anything.
He's got the fall allergies, man. Every year, like all the seasons, Brown, they really hit you hard.
Man, they really did. I think it's because of this dang weather going from 42 to 70 back down to like 30 something.
Yeah, the weather's bad this time of year. That's why they tell you to get that flu shot, but don't let them do that to you. You know that's your own discretion. You do what you want to do.
Well, you would
Inform yourself.
you would think, for every tracker that they put into you, they would take one out so that way it doesn't screw up the signal. But at this point, they'd probably think I'm somewhere in Indonesia.
I got good
Yeah.
bandwidth. Yeah, it was
Exactly.
86 here yesterday, and right now it's getting into the 30s. So pretty.
Yeah, I had a buddy. This is recent. He was going to get the flu shot. He was feeling bad, and all the
Yeah.
ears are hurting, and they kept going back to the doctor. Couldn't tell what was wrong, but this dummy had lost an earbud into his ear for like the last 5 months. So he didn't need.
What?
He didn't need. Yeah, he had an earbud stuck in his ear. He listens to podcasts at night.
Is he an elephant? How big an ear do you have to lose a?
I don't know. It was like a
It was an
little
ear
piece
pod.
of the earbud, stuck up in his ear for 5 months. He just thought he just had an earache.
Oh.
And how do you not realize when you wake up, hey, where's my earbud thing? I don't know how it happened.
One AirPod thing. Where did the other one go?
I think it was like the piece of it or something, but it was big
Yeah.
enough to
That's a better story though if he was missing
Yeah.
the thing.
The whole thing. Well,
And Connor Leach coming back down and in, I guess, realizing that he might be a little short on fuel here as well. Closing in on the final 26 laps here. Dylan Bryant, PJ Cox, and Albert Anderson all fighting for a third place spot right now.
Well, guys, so far only one disconnection so far tonight. Pennsylvania's Michael Eden in the 27 car. The only person not out there racing here still. Everybody else is on the track, even though they may be 1 to 3 laps down.
Is it Skylar Heron? Well, it keeps changing on me. Who's the leader of the lap down crew? And now it's Connor Leach on the SDK scoring.
I've got Russ Endicott.
Russ, okay, so
Until they cross the line again, then it'll refresh.
yeah,
Yeah, Connor Leach is back on the lead lap. That's what I'm showing.
yep, me too.
But yeah, see now it's changing again. Yep. Connor Leach is now -1. It's because his pit stall was behind start finish line, I think. Why it didn't update.
Well, they got about 23, 22 laps to figure this thing out. And they will. Okay, you know, quietly, we haven't heard much of Anthony Williams, but he is in 8th currently.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that can sneak up through the field and have a good, strong performance. Be consistent out there, and then something happens to him close to the end. You know, he's. I think when we say Anthony Williams' name the most is what we're calling start and finish positions, and then here's so and so's around. Anthony Williams involved. A lot of these guys feel the same way, but
We hadn't had a broadcaster curse in a while, Brown.
oh, I think
think we should have one
I think I
tonight, or-
did the last 2 or 3 broadcasts, but
No, we hadn't had one in a
They-
while. I said. I
saying the
didn't see.
same word as he said tonight. That was pretty funny. You have to tease him a little bit. Brown does a heck of a job. He's got a lot of he wears a lot of hats. Being the play-by-play guy, the replay guy, and
Speaking of, hopefully
overall
before
director,
Christmas time, I
producer.
get you your guys' AAA hats.
I'm not sure that they exist still.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't know.
they
I thought-
exist.
I thought those were like they quit making them in China or something. Due to our beliefs.
I got 2 of them currently sitting as we got some more pit road entrances here. Paul Durkee and Justin Lawson. Oof, good tandem pit there. Excuse me. But yeah, they're sitting right next to the kitchen door.
Okay, well, as long as they're just hanging out, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should get some other people some AAA gear. Maybe we should have our own gear section somewhere. I don't know.
No.
We had one for a little bit.
We do.
We do.
Tre-
We do now.
Trek Dogs Racing.
Oh, nobody's buying our stuff. I mean, we should pump it up some more. I'll sign it, if you guys want it signed.
Pump it up.
Lizard people. I'll sign it from the lizard people.
Hashtag y'all stole the Oilers, and then you sign your name, and then send that one to Jessica.
Yeah, I'll do like personalized stuff. We can do cameo too, like, hey Jessica, you stole the Oilers and Nashville's trash, Happy birthday.
Love Adam.
Yes, with love. That'll be like a $5. I'm pretty cheap, I just want a tall boy from the gas station for that one.
I'll help you pay the shipping on that one.
$2.99.
Funny.
Get $2.99 cameos from me.
I got-
Pays for one tall boy.
I'd have to see a video of her opening her new hat with her stupid saying and signature on it. That'd be hilarious.
Oh man! Oh, somebody's turning. It's a door
23.
too. Ouch! But he saved it, didn't he?
He did. He got it all back collected to head on down onto pit
Mark-
road.
Mark Collins?
Yes, sir.
Looked like he was
Matt?
on ice.
Dang, boy.
And not the methamphetamine kind, like the
Oh, shit.
the
Nobody was
kind
saying
of well, my brain's different. Like the ice that melt, like when it gets below freezing water.
Yeah. Solid water. Got it.
Yeah. So
Not meth.
not the kind going around in the county around here. Oh man.
Well,
Not the kind being made in RVs, rutabaga.
in the meantime, with 16 laps to go, the 22 Justin Hurst out in front of the 41 of Chris Goins. I think they're trying to make this one off to the end here as Connor Leach trying to get his lap back the hard way here. And doing so quite well. Looks like with those fresher set of rubbers, he's out and running, getting that lap back. So he's your last car on the lead lap here. 13 drivers making up that field. Meanwhile, the 22 and the 41 head back into their heated battle. 15 laps left to go. Both drivers last, the 41's actually really not fighting for position here. He's at least got him marked a lap down by the looks of it.
Can't believe Connor Leach. I mean, I guess it's all strategy part for him. He really dominated this first half of this race, and his strategy's just not working out right now. Maybe I'm missing something that may push him through here.
And I did lie. The 41 is fighting for that number one position. I'm just blind and had his name highlighted and didn't register. You also had Dylan Bryant about 2 seconds back or so trying to close in on them as well as the 51 of Chris Klein up 25 spots right now, trying to snag a spot up inside that top 3 here.
Now, some of these groups are getting kind of racy. I think maybe we might see one more caution. I think we've only had one tonight, but we could see another one here.
That we could.
Yeah, coming up on the time to ramp up the aggression.
That's
We like to say.
I know. I like the hatred. I like the, shooting dice in Waco on a Saturday night. That's what I want to see.
You gotta let that hate out.
Shoot him right between the mother and the other.
Oh.
Well, that's what Billy Joe did. Billy Joe Shaver.
It's a little place called
Papa Joe's.
Papa Joe's, yeah.
Been there. Wonderful place off the interstate south of Waco.
Chris Klein in the 51, guys. Your hardest charger out here tonight so far. Started back in 29th. Currently in 4th. Does he have enough to get it done? I don't think he's going to catch Justin Hurst and Chris Goins unless him and Dylan Bryant get a yellow here to stack them back up. Then it's anybody's game, I think.
It's definitely gonna be difficult here as time's starting to tick away, closing in on the final 10 laps here of this race. Everybody else pretty much, for the most part, all spread on out. We do have a good fight between the 13 and the 20. Team of Goats trying to work together here, battling for some positions outside of that top 20. But for the most part, the main battle going on right now is the 22 and the 41. Battle for this lead, but here comes that 3 trying to make a charge here, get at least one of his laps back here.
Rutabaga.
Chris Goins got a real good shot right here. Justin Hurst, what a talented racer this cat is here in the 22. Skylar Harrod there in the mix, but a couple of laps down. Congrats to Skylar once again on celebrating his 11th anniversary of being in the United States Air Force. Greatest Air Force in the world. That S4 guy reminded us, saying, hey, 41, he's good on gas. I think a lot of these guys are good on fuel. There was a pretty good sized group right there at lap 89, lap 90.
wonder if he's saying that Justin Hurst is going to be close. He's lap 88. Albert Anderson pit lap 84. Find out here pretty quick. Most of these guys should be good.
It's definitely close here as the 41 looking to the outside here, trying to take that lead away from the 22 with 7 laps remaining. Fighting side by side down the back straightaway here as the 41 continues to try to find that momentum on that high side and start to run away from the 22.
That is four guy. He called it. Said earlier this race that, yeah, I don't think he had any doubt. Like 41 of Gones, that Popple car, he's got it.
Far back as he was, I was doubtful. I was wrong. He's really trucked his way to the front. He's pretty damn fast here, Chris Goins in that 41.
That he is, and that S4 guy, he called it right there at the start too. Said, hey,
Yep.
keep an eye out on him. As the 099 Albert Anderson comes on down to the pit, looks like he might be just a hair shy and having to do a little bit of a splash and go with 5 laps remaining here. Gones, Hurst, Bryant make up your top 3, but Chris Klein trying to reel in that number 8 machine here as well, up 25 spots on the day. Trying to get it to number 26. Oh, the 22 just a little short, happened to come on down to pit road himself. So Mr. Chris Klein taking over that 3rd place spot with Dylan Bryant moving on up into 2nd. It's going to be, what did we say? Don't gamble on the fuel, English. That was our key to the race. And
That's true.
we got a couple of drivers now that have gambled, and the house has won.
You said it, and look, if the guys that came in at 89 are not good, I mean, look, now who's racing for the lead? Chris Klein, Derek Welch, and then Connor Leach way back there in 9th. So, I don't know, man. 1 lap difference between 88 and 89, and 88 decided they weren't going to make it. This is gonna be close.
Yeah, so we were right about the fuel thing. This is a big issue tonight. It's going to be awesome to see what happens.
And indeed it is, as the 41 of Goins goes right on around and picks up 2 laps left to go here out in front of Dylan Bryant and Chris Klein. Dylan Bryant making his way around the 10 machine of Paul Ferdiani, trying to figure out a way to get some space from Chris Klein, who's hunting him down here once again, about a 1/4 of a second behind him. That race is going to get close here as the white flag comes on out. No more cautions here tonight. We're getting this one done in regulation as that 41 machine eases on the entry into turns 1 and 2, looking like smooth butter out there. Getting things done down the back straightaway here as the oh man, the 8 and the 51. That battle is heating on up, heading on down the back straightaway. The 18/51 of Klein all over that back bumper of Dylan Bryant as the 41, Mr. Chris Goins, picks up the race win here tonight, and running out of momentum was Klein. So Bryant sneaks away with a 2nd place finish, and Klein finishing, rounding out that podium.
Chris Klein running out of gas?
Did he? I don't think so. Might have been pretty dang close.
Well, you said it, man. Don't gamble on the fuel. Some of these guys did, and I think they're probably going to run out of fuel before they can do a burnout here. At least Chris Goins.
Yeah, they're definitely talking about it. Everybody had some fuel. PJ Cox was talking about sputtering. So, man, that was an interesting.
Well, PJ Cox, good on him. Look at him. He pitted at lap 86. He must have been babying it if he got 3 more laps out of that tank
Crazy.
than some of these other cats that pitted before him. Wow.
Oh, Jessica says happy Halloween. Yeah, I'd like to see what everybody's going to be dressed as. You know, I always think of fun costume ideas. English, what are you gonna be?
Oh,
dressed up?
I already
What's that?
did, and I just wore the stuff I normally wear to the brewery, and then I just put a piece of duct tape on my shirt that said Bill. I just went as Bill.
Oh, okay,
'Cause that's not my
So-
name.
yeah. No, I didn't think so. That's a really good costume, though. I like it.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good. Connor Leach doing his trademark drifting around the track. That is the most Canadian car I've ever seen, boys. Giant maple leaves. Red and white. Now doing some reverse donuts.
What's their bird? They don't have a bald eagle or anything cool, do they?
Is that the snow goose?
It'd be a snow.
Oh, I
goose.
shoot them. I shoot them all the time. That's no problem.
My God.
Snow goose. That's what they have. Is their
I don't know.
bird?
Why don't you use your Googler or something?
Oh goodness! So you always make me work. I thought somebody may know. He's acting a fool out there, driving backwards and all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
so why not?
Have fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, meanwhile, we can head on down to our podium finishers here tonight, where we get to talk to tonight's hard charger of the race and third place finisher here this evening, Mr. Chris Klein, up there, up 26 spots to bring home the third place finish here tonight. Chris, congratulations. We called it at the beginning of the race as our key to the race was, man, you got to watch out for that fuel strategy because that's what's going to bite some people. And sure enough, that it did. And you got it done here, finding your way up to that podium.
Yeah, I got lucky. Just ran it empty both times after that first caution. Literally, the first time I pitted, I was stumbling, pulling onto pit road with that tail end of the line. Qualifying, I had the first or second pit box, so I was able to roll in literally into my box and not really lose any time, and it played out well for me.
You guys had a heck of a race out there. The strategy and everything was on point out there tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch. Let's see, where you guys head to next week? It looks like you guys go to Daytona. So Daytona out there, kind of anything goes on the big tracks on the restrictor plates. What are you looking to do up there next week there at Daytona?
It'll definitely be a team effort. Try to stay out of trouble. Had a really, really tough time this season in both of our leagues, in both the trucks and this car and the Xfinity. Just finishing races. I seem to be able to get to the end and not be able to finish them for one reason or another. Some of them self-inflicted, some of them getting caught up by others. But just try to keep it out of trouble, make it to the end, and bring it home in another top 10, hopefully.
Well, you got yourself a podium tonight. That's got to be nice. So, who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
As always, want to thank our sponsor. Thank Beaver Toyota. Thank NTRL, all the guys over there, Derek and Mark, for all that they do, putting on all of these great leagues and keeping everything straight and putting everything together to make it run as smooth as it does. All the admins that run it and control it and do all the race reviews and organize everything. Thank you guys for the broadcast. All of our league sponsors, there's a ton of them that make this possible. Couldn't do it without all of them. And most of all, thank my wife and kids for allowing me the time to come down here at night and hang out with some buddies and play some games.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations picking up that third place finish here tonight. Before we do let you go, you've been on Adam's list for quite a while now here, buddy. When's that paint scheme getting updated for the right number?
Man, one of our greatest sponsors ever, I have messaged him and asked him to fix it, and for whatever reason, it didn't get fixed. But Derek and Mark and I were looking at it. The guy that requested the number that's on this car, I don't think has shown up. So if that doesn't happen, we're just going to switch it so that my number will be the 18, and hopefully we'll get that taken care of next week. We'll do it on our end instead of trying to get the paint changed.
All right, buddy, but that sounds good. Either way, finishing up there on that podium, no one can take that away from you here tonight, man. Congratulations, and good luck coming up next week from Daytona there, buddy.
All right, guys. Thank you.
With that,
Bringing up old wounds there, Brian. I had forgotten.
I know. Well, because
now I want to fight people.
I know you want to fight people. It's okay.
Okay. Never mind.
As we talk to tonight's second place finisher, started tonight up there on pole position, just coming up a little bit shy here tonight, finishing in the number 2 hole. And I mean, if people were just to look at the scoring box here, Dylan, they wouldn't get to they wouldn't get to know the whole story. But man, you had a lap 1 or first couple lap incidents there where the car stepped out on you, and you lost like almost halfway down through the field, and you had to fight your way back.
Yeah, I started first, which is extremely rare that I qualify good anyway. I normally qualify 10th or worse, but I was excited, and I've been practicing on cold tires on that second lineup, and that's why I was going up the track, and it just broke loose on me, and I decided to save it and lift a lot, and was fighting the wheel and stuff, and I would hate to cause a first wreck, a first lap caution, and wipe out half the field. So I think I fell back to like 17th, 15th, 16th. I'm in the area, so then it was catch up.
But it was close.
Yeah, and it was at that point it was catching up. I feel like I finished where my car was good at, in the top 3, and I just got outfoxed a little bit with that pit strategy by Chris, but it's a good win and stuff, and it was a clean race, and the first caution kind of threw a wrench in there for us all, but I'm sure it was exciting to watch.
You guys headed to Daytona next week. Have you figured out kind of what a strategy? Who are you going to run with next week at Daytona?
I'm not on his team, but Albert and I, we work extremely well together.
That's what I was getting at. You guys are no longer on a team together, but y'all are still friendly, and I know you race with a lot of the guys from that team. Very friendly.
Yeah. Just a lot of personal stuff going on in my life, and I try to race without talking and stuff, and it wasn't anything against All Star and stuff. It's a great team, and I race those guys as clean as possible, and I do give them a little extra room. So hopefully some old teammates of mine can help out, and we can surge towards the front.
Well, good job tonight. Who'd you like to give some of those shout outs to?
First and foremost, my friend Larry Dickerson. He had to miss the race tonight. It's his wedding anniversary, so I want to wish him and his wife
good reason,
happy anniversary and stuff. And he was a little sad. I was like, dude, it's for a good cause. So, but a shout out to him. I want to give a shout out also to All Star Racing as well. Albert and Russell was in the race tonight. Those guys are great, and they've raced me, and I'm sure everybody else clean. And congratulations to the winner, both Chris's. They got first and third, and all the sponsors. The Superman Pepsi car looks good. It was made by DEP Graphics. Also, shout out to Sim Gear Central, Trap Bar Media, Martin Sports, Davidson Builders, Track Dogs Racing. Huge shout out to Derek, NTR, everything that all the admins do. They deal with a lot and stuff behind the scenes, and guys, of course, y'all, man, Triple A's the best, and I will say it every time I snack up a podium, and it's an honor to be able to be on y'all's broadcast and to be able to chat with y'all. more than some folks. So it was a great night.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations to the 8 machine here tonight, picking up the second place finish, Mr. Dylan Bryant. Having a great race done on out there, man. Congratulations and good luck coming up next week there, buddy.
Yes, sir. I'll be there. Have a great night.
Indeed, as we get to talk with tonight's race winner, and he was an early pick for some of our fans out here in the YouTube, and that would be Mr. Chris Gones out there picking up the race win, up 13 spots on the evening, man. Congratulations. I know Zach Millett had full faith in you from the get-go, and man, that faith was definitely not misplaced.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of support. Luckily, with Zach, I had him in Discord there, and we were chatting it up too, trying to figure out the best strategy, and saving fuel worked.
Yeah, we knew that was going to come down to it. Guys who took care of their tires, and guys that kind of calculated, well, how far can I make it on that last pit stop? And hey, man, you did everything right. And I think I heard on the radio you had more fuel left over, I think, than anybody else. Did you have like a couple of extra laps left when you crossed? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, when I crossed for the checkered, I had like 2.2 laps of fuel left. So I was sitting there trying to do some math in my head while we were racing, and I actually started clutching it and saving a little bit of fuel right after the first green flag stop, which for me was about lap 54. So I started saving about lap 54, just trying to do the math real quick. I knew if I could get to around lap 89 or 90, then I could probably save another extra lap or so to make it to the end, as long as we didn't have any cautions in green, white, checkered. But luckily it worked out, and I ended up just saving too much, I guess, but that's okay.
That's incredible. I have never heard of somebody starting to save that early and actually extend it to where guys that were on the same pit strategy as you, or some we thought were pitting 2 laps before you. Well, I'm running out now, and that's incredible. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's what me and Chris Klein were talking about. He actually pitted the lap after me on that very last stop, and so he had one less lap of race left and ended up with one less lap of fuel left. So
wow.
I was able to. I don't know. I've always enjoyed fuel save races and tire save races. I'll never be the fastest guy out there on the track by pace, but if I can strategize or save some tires, that's where I like to play.
It worked.
Yeah, the math worked tonight for you. Good job. Sometimes, races isn't for just, people think it's for just dummies. This is actually, you got to put some brain into it. And that's what you did tonight. No, I mean, a lot of people that don't like it do. They think, oh, you just turn left, whatever. No, there's a lot of brain power that goes into it. You showed that tonight. Good job. And who'd you like to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Popple, Stivers Automotive Group, my guys over at Right Turn Racing, Jesse Redding, Chris Elliott. I do want to thank Zach for jumping in. He was my spotter tonight as well, just kind of helping me click some buttons and listen to me rant about math. But yeah, just and I appreciate NTRL for putting the league on. I've always have a good time here on Monday nights, and then you guys, I love going back and watching these races. So I'll be doing that either tonight or tomorrow at some point. So I appreciate you guys doing that for us.
Awesome, man. Well, big congratulations going out to tonight's race winner here from Las Vegas, Mr. Chris Gones, picking up the big win, man. Go ahead, go celebrate it and enjoy this week, and we'll see you guys back out here in action again next Monday there, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
And with that, we close things on down here from Vegas. And boys, that was a pretty good race. One singular caution, and everybody just kept on trucking away.
And I'm glad that we got to see this one here tonight. And 9 cars finishing on the lead lap there, including Connor Leach there bringing up the rear. But just about everybody was still running here at the end. I think we had 1, one car, the 27, that didn't finish here tonight. But everybody else, great race out there tonight, and we'll see these guys again next week at Daytona.
Yeah, no, it's a good race. I think I mentioned earlier, 65% fuel, that changes the game, and it did tonight. Fun way to end it. A fuel strategy race. You got to love those sometimes. And Chris Goins had a great one. Great strategy tonight on the fuel. Really fun race. Looking forward to the next one, guys.
Yeah, that indeed we are. As we tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here tonight. 41 of Mr. Chris Goins ends up being number 1 here this evening, picking up that race win. You got the 8 of Dylan Bryant having a solid run there as well, finding his way back up to a second place finish. And the 51 of Chris Klein, your hard charger of the race, rounds out your podium up 26 spots to finish there in third. You had the one-legged wonder of Mr. DW having a solid race, finishing up there in fourth. The triple O of the double O of Mr. Joe Bennett finds his way up there to a top 5 finish as well, having a great run. 05 of PJ Cox up a couple spots to finish inside of 6 there, having a great race. The 4 of Anthony Williams as well just kept his head down and those wheels a churning, finding his way to a 7th place finish. You got the 38 of Frank Peacock having a pretty solid run as well, up there finishing in 8th. 9th will be a guy who led a good chunk of the way here, but strategy just getting him out a little bit here. Mr. Connor Leach, our friendly Canadian to the north, still sliding inside of that top 10 though in 9th, with the 32 of Mr. Nick Biddy up 10 spots on the day to round out your field's top 10.
Yeah, and Biddy will finish the first car 1 lap down. The second car 1 lap down. The 22 of Justin Hurst led a couple laps out there here tonight. Started the race outside row number 2. Will finish in 11th here tonight. 12th will be Sean Robertson, the 33. We saw Sean off cycle almost all night tonight, trying to do something different, trying to make something happen. He'll still end up with the 12th here tonight. 13th will be Russ Endicott in the 57 machine. Good to see old Russ running out there good tonight. The 6th of Joe David, also 1 lap down, up 7 spots to finish in 14th place. 15th will be Albert Anderson, America's driver in the 099, down 3 here. 99 of Dylan Walterman, down 10 spots right here. Started outside row number 3, going to finish in 16th place. Zeph Hawley in the 48, going to finish almost where he started right there in 17th place. 18th, Tom Barish in the double nickel. The 31 machine of Scott Milner will finish in 19th after starting in 18th. And right here, Paul Durkee, old man Paul, will finish in 20th place.
20th, Justin Lawson. 21st, 79, Jared Woodard. 22nd, 23rd, and 3 of Skylar Herod. 12 of Joseph Thompson. 24th, 25th, the 92 of Timothy Stubblefield, the Tennessee man. Sorry I dogged on Tennessee. That was just for fun. I really love Tennessee. So I didn't mean to be mean. 19, Brandon Coleman. 26th, 27th, 10 of Paul Ferdiani. 14 of Benjamin McKinnon. 28th, number 7 of Tristan Cotton. 29th. 30th, Mark Collins had some issues early in the 23, and 27 of Michael Eaton had to disconnect. He'll end up in 31st.
And that is your race field here tonight from Las Vegas. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time out here with us. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you enjoy any of the race in action, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well. We also like to thank the great race sponsors such as Davidson Builders, DEP Graphics, Sim Gear Central, Track Bar Media, Martin Sports, and hashtag Stub Nation for their fantastic sponsorship here for this series, and continuing on supporting a fantastic league, because without your support, this league wouldn't be able to put on the great show that it does. A big thank you to all of y'all. So with all that, we close things down here for tonight. But don't you worry, we return Wednesday night with the first race of the VRL playoffs here, as the top 12 drivers compete to try to make their way on through to the top 8 and get their way, make their way for a championship coming at you from Miami Homestead. So it should be a fantastic race coming up on Wednesday night. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you all on Wednesday.
We out.
See ya.